А давай поїмо ще. А ще можна? Ні, більш не можна. Була б моя можливість, я б цю бабульку об'їв би до кінця. А тут я бачу височенько. Так, ну це собака не наший, а де наший собака? Як там його, Рябко? Здається.
Seems Bujana isn't some quack. She's got a damn good setup here.
Ой, ні-ні-ні, це не для нас. Досі пригадую, як я мав лікувати село від чуми і ніхто не вижив. Збережівка. Собака, ти такий здоровий? Це ж бойовий собака. Буркун. Ей, Буркун. Як ти? Нормально? Ну так, непоганий собака. А це наш нападник. Це я заберу в тебе.
This'll be the weapon used by the bastard who cut up Sir Hans.
Давай помиємося. Як зможемо.
Feel like a new man.
Я сподіваюся, звідси вона воду не бере для їжі. Так, добре, це я зробив. Що далі? До неї сходити? Секундочку, спершу давай екіпіруємо. Ну, до речі, тесак непоганий. Згодиться. Ей, бабулька. Усе готово.
I did what you asked.
And you didn't faint while doing it. I'm pleased, Henry. I had to pour a whole Lethean potion into you last night. That's what I call medicine. It can either put a dead man back on his feet or make sure he never gets up again. So consider yourself lucky.
I will. But what about Capon?
Well, he's less lucky. That brute really knocked him about before Hans beat the life out of him.
Is there any way I can help? I owe it to Capon, and I want to do whatever I can.
You owe him, all right. I've got a bit of that Lethean potion left. It ought to work wonders on him, same as on you. But I can't just give it to him now. First, we have to deal with that fever. The best and fastest remedy for that is chamomile decoction. Luckily, it ain't too hard to brew, but we'll need some fresh sage for it. And, of course, chamomile. You ought to be able to manage that. You've got young legs and eyes, and I reckon a bit of a stroll would do you good.
Ну, щось я в цьому розбираюся.
Easy as pie. I can do that. Ma used to put sage in sauces and served it with meat. I'll check the kitchen.
Christ wounds! Try thinking with your head and not your stomach. We need freshly picked sage, not some dried herb, so listen up. Sage has a purple blossom and
Та я це
chamomile
знаю.
has white petals with a yellow center. At the back of the hut, there's a footpath leading up to the rocks. You go along there till you reach a sort of small meadow. You ought to find both of them there.
Great. I'll be back in a jiffy with a couple of handfuls.
All right. I'll be glad if you get back here soon. I don't feel right being here with that corpse in my yard. Seeing him lying there gives me chills. I can't think straight.
I understand. It makes me anxious too. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere. Or at least hide him somewhere further off in the woods.
The Lord be praised. I'd be truly glad of that. Do you feel up to it, laddie? You ain't in the best of shape, and digging a grave's a tough job, even for a healthy fella.
Not to worry. I'll see what I can manage. It's on account of us that he's here anyway. I wouldn't want you to have any more trouble. And a bit of effort, even if it's a dirty job, is the least I owe you.
Well, if you think you can manage it, good. But don't overstrain yourself. And thanks.
Where should I put him?
Grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be softer there, so it should be easier. When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in the reeds and nettles. And when you're done with that, better have a wash, so's you don't have the stench of death on you.
True. I'll bear that in mind.
I'll sort out the rest with Ignatius, the gravedigger, when he comes by again, so's I don't have that wretch lying here till Judgment Day.
All right. I'll get to it.
Так, роботи в нас багато, звісно.
We've lost a lot of blood.
Ну, що цікаво, я бачу кабана, може його зарубати? А ну, секундочку. Ей, кабан! Кабан, сука, стій! Стоямба, кабан! На, падло! От, сука, живе ще. Ну ладно, може зараз кров'ю стече. Кабан, бляха! Ну ти куди?
I can't just go wandering around. I have a duty to Sir Hans.
От зараза. Так, а де я є? Секундочку, а де я? Так, ладно, нам сюди. І я не розумію, чому гра показує компас, показує ХП. Я це все при старті не обирав. Ой, секундочку, а це свиня була її, чи дика свиня? Ай. Так, ось лопата. Поїхали, давай. Хоп, тіля, хоп. Погнали. Курочка. Ну, спираючись на досвід із Скайрима, то я сподіваюся, що кури нас не здадуть вартовим. А ще я сподіваюся, що ця свиня була не її.
Shit! My shoulder. This bastard's hard work.
Так, секундочку, грибочки.
You can't be in the ground soon enough.
У нього є ще одяг. Але він закривавлений. Та думаю, це не проблема. Потім десь поперемо. Так, давай, хлопчику-горобчику, залізай. Нормально, готово. Так, тепер, де я можу свій одяг попирати? А чому ти такий живучий, скотина? Ти поглянь, Генрі. Генрі, мать твою. Це наша їжа. Так. Так, Генрі нікуди не годиться. Поганий Генрі. Ти жива? Та наче жива. Ну, собака, мабуть, і наївся того мужика. Так, я типу помився. Мабуть, я маю таки піти до річки і там покупатися. Повноцінно. Так, а одяг очиститься, якщо я так от зроблю? Секундочку, давай перевіримо. Та відчепись. Ага, або так, ясно. Давай поглянемо. Ні, я все ще... Та слухай, я чистий уже.
That's a good one.
Яка в неї дивна хатина, так? Я це вже давно побачив, вона якась дуже-дуже дивна. Прямо в камені. Ну, прикольно. Але як селюк, то можу сказати, що вода туди затікає по скелі. Так, краще зброю тримати в руках.
Damn, shoulder still hurts like hell. Maybe now it'll tell me when it's gonna rain.
Ага, олень. Чи зможу я до нього підійти? Ну, до речі, я ж помився. По ідеї, від мене запаху майже немає. Ага, ясно. Таки побачив мене. А взагалі корисно прокачувати собі збирання трав. Тож, можливо, все ж таки...
Sage, there we go.
Тож, можливо, все-таки є сенс усе позбирати? Чому б і ні? Поспішати із цим проходженням я не планую. Бо ту ж першу частину гри я пройшов буквально... Ну, швидко пройшов. Я, здається, особливо на сайд-квести не відволікався. А тут, мабуть, варто. Так, шавлія. Я зберу усю шавлію. Нормально. Так, а це якась глуха кропива? Хоча ні, стій, вона не схожа. Так, є. Тепер ромашка.
That's it. Chamomile. Right, I've got all the herbs I need. So back to Bajena on the double. The
Та
sooner
почекай.
Hans gets that remedy, the better.
Нічого з ним не станеться. Назбираємо квіти для зілля, а потім ще парочку подаруємо птачику на честь виздоровлення. Та загалом наче все. О, там видно замок. Це видно той самий, який нам і треба. Ну добре, ходімо звідси. Так, а чому собака гавкає?
What's that dog making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at Bajena's?
Хтось прийшов. Ну, давай ми його цей...
What
The-
do you know about it?
Who are you, fellas?
Hey, what are you doing walking around with a weapon?
Start off with
If
that
you don't
weapon.
want us...
Sick 'em, growler.
Давай станемо там, де вузенько. Собака, кусай його, давай. Отак. Ха-ха, молодчинка, собака. Куди тікаєш?
I can't handle this.
Куди ти мансуєш, скотина? Я вам дам стару жінку ображати. А ти там де?
Save yourselves.
Я тобі зараз покажу, маніяк клятий. До старої жінки прийшов у ліс, скотина. Грабувати надумав, очевидь. Так, а чому в мене цей... ХП поменшало? Мене хтось ударив хіба? Так, ключі від дверей і скринь? Типу... Окей. Ладно. Дивно, але ладно. Так, смолоскип. Їжа, медуха, пов'язка. Гребінець. Во. Так, тихо, там ще щось було, здається. Набір коваля. Це я візьму. Так, хто мене бив? Собака, ти мене кусав? Схоже, собака мене кусав у спину. Не знаю навіщо. Мабуть, показував так свою повагу до мене. Так, це що? Просто квіти. Козлик якийсь. Так, ще ключі, пов'язка, набір коваля. Чому у них взагалі є цей набір коваля? Олов'яний жетон фори. Якийсь бонус, але не ясно, як він працює. Так, собачка, ти там давай цей, не бикуй, ясно? Не треба. Так, я ж маю їх закопати, так? Ай. Ну давай. А де я того разу того закопав? Так, ходи сюди. Ага, є. Ну, бути Генрі дуже важко, я так скажу.
Fuck. This damn shoulder.
Так, а чи можна якось два в одному зробити, ні? Давай поглянемо. Де цей бандит?
I'm as hungry as a wolf.
Ти серйозно? Ти вже голодний? А що у нас за статус з'явився знизу? Біля їжі. Так, а де він взагалі є? А де я його зарубав? Він типу зник кудись? А, ось ти де. Давай. От так от непогано. Я думаю, ніхто не дізнається. Все? Все. Готово. Так, ну зло було переможене. Усі добрі люди живі. Тому все нормально. Somebody told me. Неважливо. Собака, ти мене кусав. Я у це вірю.
Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would have if you hadn't come along.
Who do you think they were?
I don't know how much you heard. They came here saying they was from Lord von Burgo, and they was looking for two bandits that ambushed some knight yesterday. But for sure they wasn't von Burgo's people. They didn't even have his Waffenrocks. But they sure sounded keen to find you fellas.
Maybe they were from that band that followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. God be praised that my Pavlena wasn't here. Heaven knows what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Kobyla, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trosky to deliver a message from Sir Hanish of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord von Burgov. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond, and you already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you. I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
You won't. I promise you.
Promises are made to be broken, but thank you for dealing with them.
Sure. No need for thanks. What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy. But we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
Та давай сама, я просто пригадую, що цей процес не для мене, скажімо так.
Me? I thought you'd do that.
I will not. I'm telling you, I'm as blind as a mole. And without Pavlena, everything takes me forever. It'd be done by now if you didn't keep making excuses.
True enough. Sorry. I'll do what's needed.
Ну, я трохи знаюся, так.
Well, I've been at the alchemist bench a few times, but it's been quite a while.
That's grand. More than I was hoping for. And not to worry, it'll all come back to you. I have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
I'll take the book just in case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it.
Ну, давай поглянемо. Зараз усе приготуємо. Так, де ця книга? Так, секундочку.
Go to the recipe book. Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction and remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
А що в мене така за підказка? Травами просто. Трави. Полин. Ясно. Пофігу. Відвар з ромашкою. Ну, видно, це все. Ладненько. Нам треба додати...
First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe.
Вино, 2 жмені ромашки й жменя шавлії. Такий текст якийсь розмитий. Так, вино. Ага, давай. Поїхали. Та щось прям таки дуже багато.
So, what did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit.
Так, натисніть А, щоб поставити казанок на вогонь. Ага. Ось так.
Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling.
Секунду. Зараз.
It's boiling. To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flame. Try it. Move the cauldron up.
Зараз. Так, навчаємося всьому заново.
Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked. Put them there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand.
Добре, ромашка і шавлія. Підтвердити.
All right. Let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron.
Укинути. І ще разочок. Варимо
Put
ромашку.
it on the flame. Turn the sand glass, so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling. Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again. Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames.
Так, готово. А тепер годинник.
Now, take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron.
Так, укинути. Який же цей процес затяжний?
Have you ground it? Good. Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in.
Так, оце пляшечка. Давай. Пляшечка-хиряшечка.
Done. Now, let's see what you've brewed.
Три штучки. Сильний відвар з ромашка. Супер, супер.
Here it is.
Well, now, judging by the smell, I'd say you brewed it perfectly. Thanks for your help, Henry.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
I could go for something to eat now.
Ну, Генрі увесь час думає лише про їжу. Та що ж таке? Так, а ліжко то якесь закривавлене. А де в нас їжа взагалі? Ага, ось де воно. А що у нас псується? Та, мабуть, яблуко давай. Так, а де наш голод показується? Щось я не бачу особливо. Так, тепер побачив.
Decoction will chase away the fever. You'll sleep better after, and that will give you strength. There's not much more I can do now. It's up to you and the Almighty.
Ну, давай якось так.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine, and I plan to take everything.
Rotten hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
The stronger dog fucks the bitches, and war is a nasty business.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise. Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Hans? He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad, but I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
Так, у нас є Тереза, тому...
The sword. The last thing Pa forged before they murdered him. It might sound strange, but I feel his soul won't find peace until that sword is back in our family.
It doesn't sound strange at all. And swords are a symbol of kings. It could mean power and responsibility, or war and ruin. After all, a sword has two edges, and it depends who's wielding it.
Look, sorry, but that's all just guesswork and soothsaying. I know very well what I need.
If you're really so sure about that, good for you.
I am. And I'll pray to God for the strength to exact just revenge, like I swore. And the sooner I get up, the sooner I can get to work on that.
Well now, you've really come back to life. We'll have to make use of that. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
Так, а їжа у вас є? О, є. Секундочку. А давай ще раз. Сі, переїдати теж не можна, так? Ну так, переїдати це погано. О,
Look who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us! Good morning, Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course, I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bajena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first two times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
ну хвастатися це святе.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a Cuman patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
Здається, його прямо у п'яту точку.
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Tarnberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat! He got shot in the backside!
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for. But I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trosky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Bajena, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that spade. We can't manage without it.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bajena.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlena. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though, I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer. Sorry for coming late, Ma. I got held up in Troskowitz.
Of all places. And it's not the first time.
I know, but I was going past and I thought I'd try to sell some baskets and ointments there. And I succeeded.
Emmerich won't be happy.
Then he shouldn't sell so dear. He charges nearly twice as much as we do, so it's no wonder folks buy from us. But I understand. Next time I'll come straight home, so you're not on your own so much. If anyone comes here again threatening you, I'll put them in their place with an arrow. That'll teach them to try it on with us.
Maybe it's a good thing you wasn't here. They'd catch you, and I dread to think what they'd do with you.
They'd never catch me. You know I can take down a hare on the run, and a man's an easier target.
True enough. You've got a steady hand and an eye like a hawk. Not like me. But you know how it is. The less fuss going on around here, the better for us. And if anything does happen, we've got Growler, and he won't leave us in the lurch.
True. That animal is God's gift. Time to do something useful. The days are long, but there's no end of work to do.
Aye. Thank you, Pavlena. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Good day to you.
God be with you.
Ну, до речі, те, що в нас лопату забрали, це погано, тому що лопата це штука корисна, нам вона ще знадобиться.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trosky Castle right away.
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes, we'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Щось я сумніваюся, що нас впустять у замок. Ми ж буквально двоє голодранців.
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed. Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am?
No, we fucking don't. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai.
Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, envoy.
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Your shitty hands off me! No, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Це було очікувано.
two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
And the first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
A laughingstock? We were outnumbered by a gang of bandits.
Yes, and how come they got away with it? Because we camped at that fucking pond. We've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Agenis. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it?
That's that woman from the pond.
Or the one you gave us away for?
Find better than that wench. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
You're the one from that pond.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Doesn't half taste good today. Nicely settled.
Ну, видно, я той ще смердючка, так?
Not like that.
Так, діжка.
Oh, hi. Poor Captain Thomas will never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ.
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out
What
the
did I
castle.
do to you?
Aha.
You can't expect
So that's why they sent you for the wine.
I suppose.
Wait a more then.
But the stuff's
I'll be
undrinkable.
right back.
Leave it out. Once you got through the...
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
You were attacked by those bandits.
What bandits? What are you on about?
We saved you. Me and my lord there. Surely you couldn't forget.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle and I wasn't at any pond.
You were washing laundry, and these bandits attacked you. I was in the water, and I distracted them from you.
That's nice of you. Helping some unfortunate girl. But it wasn't me. You're mistaking me for someone else.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please. I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again!
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Health, lads. That's the most important thing. Enjoy yours while you've still got it.
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
It ain't what it used to be.
Так, ну вочевидь якась робота.
Always ready.
Glad to hear it. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house, but as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Rat-eye.
Rat-tie. Rat-tie. That rings a bell. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
I could get in through my uncle. He works in Samin's stable. Lucky sod. You'll be able to stuff yourself. And I reckon...
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Sameen is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Troskovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathhouse wench.
Who is this Semeen?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Sameen. The fort in the village belonged to him. Old Jan Sameen is the head of the family, and his son's called Olda, and it's him who's getting hitched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Sameen is his vassal.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Sameen, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Ну, добре, добре.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that.
Що ж, на цьому серію ми завершимо. Побачимося в наступній. А є перечуття, що оцих двох ми пограбуємо, заберемо їхні запрошення і таки потрапимо на весілля. Так, гніздо? Де саме? Гра пише, я гніздо знайшов. А, бачу. Так, добре. Бувайте.